All right, guys, let's knock this practice test out. Number 1 and 2 are both graph to domain and range. Number 1's got a horizontal shift by 1 and a vertical shift by 2. So the asymptote goes to the right 1. Remember, we always could put a point 1 to the right, except this time because it's got a -2. So I'm going to take that point, shift down 2. Now, what I want to do with the parentheses, obviously, is I want to make it the same thing as the 3. So I'm going to use a 4 for my x. All right, so my x is going to be 4. That gives me log 3, 3, which is 1. 1 minus 2 is -1. So I'm going 4, -1 for my second point, which is right here. Draw my little graph. Looks good. Domain is going to be from +1 to forever. And the range is going to be -infinity, +infinity, because it's going up and down forever. Number 2, negative natural. Now think about the negative sign in front. That's where it's going to reflect across the x. It's got a +2. Which means it's going to shift the asymptote left 2, go to point 1 to the right. I want this is going to sound weird, but I want the parentheses here to be e, which is about 2.7182a. So I'm going to make that x be like, I don't know, 71. So try to make it e. And if you do log base e, that's 1, but there's a negative in front. So I plugged in 0.71 and got -1, which is down here. So this graph is going to look like this, where your domain is from -2 to infinity, and your range is like all the ranges, -infinity, +infinity. Hope that makes some sense. Number 3, evaluate. Log base 2, 8 to the 33rd power. Now, let's do this. That really means this. It means 2 to what power is 8 to the 33rd. All right, so 8 is really 2 cubed, so I'm going to rewrite that as 2 cubed to the 33rd. Raise the power to a power you multiply. And if you look right there, 2 to the x equals 2 to the 99th, which means x is 99. Or just that expression equals 99. It's a doozy right there. Number 3, I got 2 logs subtracted. When they're subtracted, you divide. 192 divided by 3 is 64. So that means 4 to what power 64? 3. That's all you got to do there. I want to look back at number 2. There might be a better way to do number 2. Actually, there is. I'm gonna erase number 2. That was not the best way. Here's the best way. Use your laws that we learned. Take the 33, put it in the front. So I got 33 log base 2, 8. Now look at the log only. Let's say in 2 to what power is 8? That's 3. 33 times 3, 99. That's definitely a better way to go. Number 4, use the law of logs to expand. So I'm going to make this as big as I possibly can. Log, first of all, let's see. I'm going to put 1. Let me start all over. I'm struggling here. Sorry about that. It's all under a square root. So I'm going to put one big 1/2 in the front, the 1/2 power. Remember, exponents go in the front. So I'm going to do log of the numerator minus log of the denominator. Now, there are 2 things on the denominator, so I'm going to break that up into 2 pieces. Like that. Okay, now I've got the 1/2 in the front, so I'm going to distribute the 1/2 log x squared plus 4 minus 1/2 log. Notice everything in the denominator ends up with a minus sign. Now, that 2 right there really should go in the front. Okay, that exponent goes in the front. So if I do 1/2 times that 2, they just cancel. And I get x cubed minus 7. So that's as much as I can expand that one. That's pretty big, but that's as much as I can expand it. Let's look at 5. Okay, 5 is kind of the same kind of deal. First of all, it's a cube root. Remember, cube root, bottom is a root, top is a power. I'm putting the exponent in the front, and I still have this stuff, which is all multiplication, by the way. So I'm going to do 1/3. I'm going to break it up here. Natural log 3 plus, I'm going to put the 2 in the front of the r because it's the exponent. Exponents go in the front. Natural log s. And then to finish up, I'm just going to distribute that 1/3. 1/3 natural log 3. 2/3 natural log r. 1/3 natural log s. And there you go. Now 6 and 7, I'm going to go just the opposite. We're going to make it one big log instead of 3 logs, going to one big log. So let's do what's in the parentheses first. These 2 are added, which means you're going to multiply those 2. Notice there's a 2 in the front of the second one. That's going to make that y squared. Have a minus sign, which is going to make that subtraction. And because the 3 is in the front, it's the exponent there. Now that 2 in the front is actually the exponent on the log. So I'm going to take that 2 and put it right there. So I'm going to square everything up there and make it x squared. Come on now. There you go. X squared. Come on. Y to the 4th and z to the 6th. That's pretty awesome. Number 7, I see 2 things here. First thing I see is I see a 5 in front, which means that's the exponent. So I'm going to do 2 to the 5th power, which is 32. Then I see addition. Addition means multiply. If you multiply 5 times 32, I think you get 160. That's that one. Change the base formula. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my calculator and I'm going to punch in log 92 divided by log 6. If you want to, you can also punch in natural log 92 over natural log 6. I'm trying to pull up my calculator here. Just wasting time, I guess. So I'm going log 92. Make sure you close your parentheses after your 92 divided by log 6. And again, you get the same answer if you do natural log. It doesn't really matter which one you do. We go to 4 decimal places. I'm going 2.5237. That's all you got to do on that one. Number 9, same deal. 2 of these is pretty nice to have on a test. Let's do natural log this time. Natural log 2.5. The base always goes on the bottom. That's how you can remember. Base always goes on the bottom. So I'm going natural log of 2.5. Sorry, it's taking me a second. Divided by natural log of 12. Make sure you're closing your parentheses. You'll be sorry if you don't. And we're getting this right here, 0.3687. You may have to punch those in, make sure you get those. Is that all the first page? Yes. Number 10, for the function, find the f of g of x. F of g of x means I'm going to take function g and plug it into f. So I'm taking that x plus 1, putting it right there. That's a one-stepper. If I put that x plus 1 right there, I get 2 to the x plus 1 power, because that's all you can do. Pretty simple. Number 11, if $8,000 invested in an account for which interest is compounded, the key word here, continuously, that means I'm using PERT. I'm using A equals P e to the RT power. I'm going to go ahead and punch this stuff in. 8,000 is my principal. E, the rate is 0.07 times 12. So I'm going to put 0.0 times 12 in parentheses as my exponent. I'm just going to punch that straight in. Going 8,000. Just messed that one up. Sorry about this. Okay. E to the 0.07 times 12. Sorry about that. I'm having to use my computer's calculator since I didn't bring my TI-84 Plus home. And again, this is exactly what you should get. 18,530 and 94 cents. So double check me there. Double check yourself. Make sure you get that. Okay, number 12. Graph this and state the domain and range. That's exponential, which means the asymptote's usually the x-axis, but because I got this plus 1 out here, the asymptote ends up being up 1. And also usually I go up to a point right there, go up 1 right there and put my point, but because there's a -4, I'm going to go right 4 from right there. So right there is my first point. And because it's exponential growth, remember, we're going to go 1 to the right, which puts me at 5. If you put 5 in here, that exponent becomes 1 like it always does, which means that's 2 plus 1, which is 3. So if I put in 5, I get 3. There's my second point, which I'll be looking for. Looks just like that. The domain is just the opposite. Domain and range is just the opposite of what we did on 1 and 2 on this test, because they're inverses of each other. That's 12. 13, simplify, which means I'm going to multiply by the conjugate of the denominator. The conjugate of 4 plus 3i is 4 minus 3i. Okay, so my denominator, I'm just going to do full because they're conjugates. So I'm doing first and last. Now I squared, remember, makes that positive 9. 16 plus 9, 25. There's your denominator. My numerator, got to do FOIL. So I'm going first, outer, inner, and last. And there's that I squared again, which makes that become a -6. 12 minus 6 is 6. Add up your i's in the middle, -17i. And that's it. Good to go right there. That's 13. I think that's all of it. Okay, so that's not too bad. Did really well last week on your test. Hopefully it repeats again tomorrow and you do great again. Can't wait to see you. I want you to come kill that test. So wear this video out. Use it a lot. See you tomorrow.